Hello, I have an important experience to share regarding selling old and damaged gold jewelry. When I last sold some pieces, I nearly fell victim to a scam. So I urge you to be very careful, smart, and observant, especially when it comes to understanding your jewelry before selling it. Since January, I began selling some of the old and broken pieces from my collection as I was looking to upgrade. I had a number of delicate and thin jewelry items that I wanted to replace because they were prone to breaking and I hadn't used them in a very long time. Additionally, I've shifted my preference toward medium to heavyweight and chunkier pieces, steering away from the delicate ones. I've realized that if you're going to invest in jewelry, it's better to have pieces that are more solid and substantial. With gold prices rising almost daily, it makes sense to focus your attention on investment pieces. So in an effort to upgrade without needing to spend extra cash, I chose to sell old items to fund my new purchases. Most of my earlier transactions with gold buyers were straightforward sales, not exchanges. I made sure to buy from other stores to avoid being lowballed on my jewelry. However, my latest visit was to a well-known jewelry shop in Santa Cruz, but I'm omitting the name for discretion, which has been in the industry for quite some time. Unfortunately, I didn't record the conversation, but here's what happened. They inspected my items, gave me a price quote, and claimed that some of them were not 18K, but rather 14K. One of my Chinese gold bracelets, which I knew to be 18K, was suddenly downgraded. I firmly insisted that it was indeed 18K. Although I bought it quite some time ago, I could still remember its carat and based on the color. I was quite sure it was 18K, but the ones they appraised as 18K, I went on selling to them because they offered a fair price per gram. I didn't sell the 14-carat Chinese bracelet and another chain. They claimed to be 14K. As they were preparing my payment, two women from within the store approached and offered to buy the two remaining pieces I had. I found it strange because they appeared to be from the same shop. And when I asked, they claimed they were from different businesses. However, I could see there was no partition, no division inside, which made me skeptical. Curious about their appraisal though, I allowed them to reassess my bracelet. Surely, they wouldn't swap out the gold as it was a unique design. And as the story unfolded, they appraised my piece again at 14K gold, but this time at a higher price than the previous offer. They actively attempted to convince me to swap and trade, even suggesting a discount on some of their jewelry. Despite their pressure, I decided to check with other stores to verify their assessment. All three other places I visited confirmed my bracelet was indeed 18K. This revelation led me to realize that there might be some collusion happening at the store. Perhaps it was their strategy to underprice items for their benefits. I can't say for sure, but the price difference between 14 karat and 18 karat gold is significant. Since the value is calculated per gram, a heavier item like my bracelet could lead to substantial losses. These two women were quite persuasive and even whispered to avoid being overheard by the man who I originally dealt with. Fortunately, I didn't get swayed, and I eventually sold my pieces elsewhere where they were fairly valued. So the key lesson here is to ensure you are aware of the carat and weights of your jewelry before selling. I previously advised keeping receipts and digitizing them for reference in case they get lost or misplaced. You might also consider getting your items appraised first at pawn shops to understand which is more beneficial, selling outright or pawning them. All jewelry with outdated designs or issues like dents, scratches typically won't fetch a high price at pawn shops. Now, in order to maximize your investment in stored jewelry, be cautious and protective of those items. You can consider selling to acquaintances at a fair price or melting down pieces to create new designs that you like, of course. If you opt to sell to gold buyers, make sure to canvas beforehand. There's a high demand for scrap gold these days due to soaring prices, which means you can still make a good profit, especially if you initially bought your jewelry at a lower price. I hope you find this video informative and that you learned something valuable today. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing for more updates. Thank you so much for watching and see you next time. Bye!